This is a 1970 Chevrolet Camaro. It's a 454 big block. Super sweet old car. I'll put my seatbelt on. Seat belts. This one's actually really cool. It's got the original flat belt and shoulder strap belt. Of course, that requires 2 buckles. Touch the key. She fires right up. It does have a new CD player. Turn that off for the video. This is a bad girl. She's got a high performance built 454. This car was being built as a street strip car, and it is really sweet driving car. Power steering, power disc brakes, heater works, fan works, even the horn works. She's got the street strip style wheels, Krager wheels on it. The drag light style wheels with the 5 stars, and fatty tires in the back and a little bit skinny tires in the front, but not so thin that you can't drive this car around town. Drive it to the strip, run it a few times, drive it home. That's what this car was built for. It's got a built engine, large diameter long tube headers, 3-inch exhaust to MagnaFlow. The guy who had this car actually was an older man, and he did do one thing I wasn't that crazy about, and that is he made the diameter smaller after the MagnaFlow. And I'm going to get onto here real quick. You can hear that the transmission just shifts out seamlessly. It's got a, it just drives great. I'm driving it right now in auto mode. I'm not manually shifting it, so I just want to show just how well it kind of cruises around town. This is a sweet hot rod. Most guys, I guess probably, or at least maybe I shouldn't say most guys, but for me, this is a car that I just be cruising around town and most of the time, and probably lighting them up at a stop sign or stoplight or something like that. But I probably wouldn't personally be taking this car to the drag strip a whole lot. I'd just be driving it like a muscle car around town. So this is how I'd be driving it. I'd throw it in drive and just cruise around in it. Kick down works great. The tires on the front are smaller, so I wouldn't take any super high speed turns in it. It's kind of made to go straight and fast. It launches out real good. Of course, if you lay into it, it's just going to burn the wheels. It'll just melt the tires. CD player sounds great. It's got 6x9s in the back tray. I would add a front speaker in the original spot, personally, just to round out the sound. But this car's got the kind of power you don't want to be playing around in it unless you know how to drive. It'll cut loose from you real quick if you're being stupid. It is fast. Like that. Of course, that's just me using the kick down. Of course, I'm driving with one hand on the steering wheel and one hand on the camera, so disc brake works great. Turn signals all work. You can see the lights light up. Brake lights, turn signals, everything works. I think the reverse light's not hooked up, which I almost never get a classic car in the shop where the reverse lights are hooked up. That's pretty rare, but lights work, bright lights work. It's got the newer style Xeon light replacement in the front. Really, the dashboard looks really good, except that it's missing the lighter, the entire lighter assembly. So it's got kind of a hole there, but I'll pull over here at the church parking lot and I'll show you the car. I wish there was a place where I felt like it was appropriate to do a serious burnout, but with there being a residential around here, I just want to be respectful. We're a locally owned and operated mom and pop business, and want to keep a good reputation. We do have permission to go to the local airport. Sometimes use it to test drive in a place where we have plenty of room and no speed limit, which is kind of fun. But we don't take advantage of that. We do it every once in a while. This is the kind of car I would do it with. I just haven't had an opportunity. So probably the first thing I would do if I was keeping this car is I would eliminate the 2-inch reduction that happened after the 3-inch pipes in the MagnaFlow, because I think that it would sound a lot more aggressive. Right now, it sounds really good. You can hear the chuggity chug of the cam. It's got a real nice sweet cam in it. It's got a very aggressive exhaust, but I think if you put turn downs on it, it would give it a whole different sound, and I think it would do it a lot more justice to the big block kind of sound. It's got a beautiful engine detail. Looks really good, clean. Fiberglass hood, cowl induction. This car runs at 165 no matter what. You can see here in idle. See the camera will adjust on that. 165. I do need to go to the gas station, put some fuel in it. It's got great oil pressure. Let me hit that gas real quick and show you the oil pressure. It's got a good sounding stereo. It's got a 150 speedometer with the that's the stereo saying take me out. 150 speedometer with a tachometer. It's not hooked up right now. It wouldn't be too difficult to hook the tachometer up. The dashboard's in good shape. It's got a little pop there, but this is a very, very presentable interior. As long as I'm here, we'll start off with that and just take a quick look at the door. You know, there's a little spot right there where that's peeling. Seat covers look brand new. Carpet looks really good. It's got the seat belts in the back. The rear tray looks good. It's got the 6x9s in it. The light on the dome light works right. Headliner looks good. Daylight saving time's tripping me out a little bit. It's starting to get dark early. So this is grabber orange with the white stripes. Super, super straight body. Totally rust free underneath. The lower part of the rocker has got a couple of tiny bubbles I'll show in just a second. But other than that, this car is straight. And true. The paint looks fantastic. And I don't see any other evidence of rust or anything on the car at all. It's got really nice looking stripes. This is a really sharp, this is what I would call a really sharp driver. You know, this is not a show car. Obviously, it's really built more as a street strip style car, so you know, you wouldn't want it to be too perfect because you want to hot rod around in it. But as you can see, the lines are super straight on it. I don't see any pops or anything like that, but I do see there's a couple of a tiny little bubble right there. There's a little scratch right there too on the side. I mean, I'm eagle-eyeing the car for you in the video. A couple of tiny spots right there. And then on the other side, the same thing. This is the only spot on the entire car that I'm seeing that same, if you can see right there, little spot. Really kind of thing that just right along the bottom of the door. And the reason that is it's just on the both sides on the door. You know, these things got rained inside and they didn't drain out very well. Undercarriage looks awesome. Super clean. Floor pans. Frame connector. Subframe connector. Brand new 3-inch exhaust. Magnaflows. Floor pans look really good. Of course, frame rails. It's got a air shocks in the back with the easy access nipple right there for drag racing, so you can just let all the air out, lower the sucker down. Positive traction rear end. You know, this exhaust system is brand spanking new. In fact, I've still got the receipt for it. I mean, it was done like a week ago. Also, the transmission was rebuilt. I've got a receipt for the transmission being rebuilt. I almost forgot about that. This transmission's got about 10 miles on it, maybe 15 miles on it. It was just rebuilt last week. Just want to try and show the car top. This thing is just super fun, super cool. Somebody's gonna have a blast with this car. It's got tons of power. It's ready to rock and roll. It's gonna be so much fun.